Welcome to whatever time of day, whatever day it is that you're finding yourself engaging in this 25-minute Kripalu meditation practice. My name is Ilana. I'm your guide for this time. And as you begin to settle into your space, and I will do the same, I'm going to make my way back to my perch. Take a moment to adjust your body, whether that means a stretch, a shake, a wiggle, a squeeze, a sip of water, tea, or coffee, an arrangement of the body on purpose. This time of year, you'll see me a lot with a blanket, a little something to give some warmth and some comfort. You may feel like that is a nice addition as well. I see some scarves, some hats. It's, it's November. It's November. And the time change happened yesterday, right? The weather change is happening, whether you're somewhere where that's really robust or more subdued. There's still a change in the energy, the shift of the season, shift in our theme here on the Kripalu Online Studio in November 2024 to give gratitude, receive grace. Give gratitude, receive grace. So as your body settles in, you might lengthen through the spine, loop the shoulders back, soften or close the eyes, soften the jaw. Take a breath in. Sigh, exhale, release the breath, the tension, the holding out. Do that one more time, clearing breath in through nostrils if the breathing apparatus allows. And a releasing breath out through mouth or nose. And settling into this moment. In real time, it's Monday, November 4th. In the US, at least, it's kind of a big week as it cycles around every few years or so. So if it feels welcome, setting aside just a little bit of time, whether it's in real time before or sometime after this cycle of election and voting and stress and upheaval and concern and worry and excitement and celebration and sadness or whatever arises. Perhaps putting yourself in the center of it all and remembering the perspective in the long game. Sometimes when things feel so big, it's helpful to remember there's even more. Both small and big at the same time. And mostly it just is. Just is. And in the spirit of gratitude and grace, I offer us as inspiration for our time in practice, in reflection, a poem called Amen by the poet Rosemary Watola Traumer. When I forget that the whole world is holy, even the tiny dark bugs that slip through window screens and flock and stick to kitchen lights, even the charred black remains of forest, even the river as it floods bright red, even when my cheeks are tear-stained and my body tightens with fear, And that's when a kind letter from a stranger arrives in the mail, or the rabbit will stand on his back legs to nibble on mint, or the meadow will blaze with the day's last slant of sunlight. And my heart opens so wide that inside the fear rises praise. When I forget that the whole world is holy. My heart opens so wide that inside the fear rises praise. Give gratitude, receive grace. As the body settles, the energy stills, the breath flows. If it feels welcome, you might let your mind go on a little journey of gratitude. Perhaps starting with simple thank you for this body, feet, legs for helping me stand and walk and run and skip and dance. Belly for taking in nourishment, fueling me. Heart for beating, for connecting, for loving, for feeling. Gratitude to arms for hugging, for touching, writing, reaching out, reaching in. Gratitude to all the senses, the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the nose, for being a gateway to the world, for taking in all that's around. Gratitude to the mind. Thank you, mind, for thinking, for remembering, for planning, for making sense of. Sometimes the mind gets a little overactive. Yeah. Do you human like most humans that I know? And as you sit with gratitude for the mind, allow the energy to drop back down into the place of the heart, the place where connection lives, gratitude lives. What would it be like for just a little bit of time and practice to rest there? Thank you, mind. But right now, the mind gets a little reprieve. Just a hint of a break. You invite yourself onto a journey of thankfulness. And yes, of course, there will be some activity in the mind, but can you let more of it come from the place of the heart? As if you're watching a movie trailer of your own heart, just see what arises of scenes, memories, places, smells, sights, experiences, things for which you say thank you. Feel, watch, and allow for a few precious moments in time, not a forcing, simply a welcoming of all that's okay, all that's perhaps even good. And continuing to breathe with ease. And continuing to, when you feel called, scan the physical body and see what can soften and let go, relaxing through the jaw, the eyes, the big brow muscle on the forehead, the shoulders, soft toes, soft fingertips, long, relaxed legs and arms, strong, stable core holding you effortlessly. Welcome all of yourself here to this practice. Welcome this breath. Welcome the experience exactly as it is. Nothing to force, create, or shape. Although you might be in a bit of a spirit of creating and steering your practice. What would it be like to also allow creativity and spontaneity and freedom in the practice? And if you haven't already, perhaps move even farther out from the mind and the thinking brain and the thoughts, and just even more robustly land in the place of heart and simply sit yourself, this body that is you, right in the center in a sea of thankfulness, of heart, of connection. Tension might pool at the place of your heart, or perhaps somewhere else in your body is asking for awareness to land as you notice the energy of practice. There's an echo and a ripple, either through you, maybe even around you, sensing into the space around you. When you shift gears from the words and the images of out there, which is often through a screen or through other people, nothing wrong with screens and talking to other people. But is there some medicine in pushing that to the side for now and checking in, connecting in? And I believe that this practice of going in is for the sake of going out. This blip in time, this 25 minutes. And yes, we are together in practice, but also in our own journey and exploration. And at some point, whether it's in 5 minutes or 5 hours or 5 days, you'll go back out. And how will this practice have served you and all those who come into contact with? No answer needed from the mind. Trust in the question to reveal itself. give gratitude, receive grace. And perhaps pass some of that on too, give grace. Allowing someone else to receive gratitude. And by Rosemary Watola Tromer. When I forget that the whole world is holy, even the tiny dark bugs that slip through window screens and flock and stick to kitchen lights, even the charred black remains of forest, even the river as it floods bright red, even when my cheeks are tear-stained and my body tightens with fear. That's when a kind letter from a stranger arrives in the mail. Or the rabbit will stand on his back legs to nibble on mint, or the meadow will blaze with the day's last slant of sunlight. And my heart opens so wide that inside the fear rises praise. In these last moments of practice where you've dived into the heart, is there praise? Is there grace? Is there fear? It's not saying that the fear goes away. It's inside the fear rises praise. Fear can be there too. Welcome all of you here, all of you. And slowly, very slowly, begin to feel into the body. Feel your seat heavy, your spine long. Allow the breath to slowly deepen. The body to easefully awaken. Maybe there's a shrug of the shoulders or a wiggle of the neck, a twist, a stretch, a squeeze of fingers to neck or shoulders to awaken your body. Eventually, eyes will flutter open with a soft gaze, perhaps a little bit softer heart. You're invited into the first Monday of this next month, this month of November, this time of change, and the clocks and the season and all the things that are coming, remembering the gift of gratitude and grace. Thanks for your practice. Peace, 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 many blessings.